This is a demo for Guardian Chicken, a tower defense, which extremely reminds me of the UFO 50 game Rock on Island. It is a 2D tower defense game with a lot of mechanics, but it does look bare bones. The demo has multiple different levels you can play, but what are the gameplay mechanics and what is it like to play? Well, you have a map and you have A, which is where the enemy is going to come from, then you have B, which is your base, and sometimes there's multiple places enemies can come from. And it's based on a tile system, a grid system, so you click on a tile and it will tell you to build a tower, or you can build a Tesla which will buff towers around it. You can also build crops and sprinklers, and if you click on a tree tile you can remove the tree. That's why I said it's like Rock on Island, and this gives you currency if you plant crops. The crops will give you currency every round. I think this needs tweaking, but whatever, it could be tweaked later on. And you can stack them next to each other, so if you have one crop but two sprinklers going into that one crop, you're going to get double money for it basically. And it leads up to you not really having a money issue later in the game. But I love this feature. This is also a feature on Rock on Island, which is UFO 50 game. Really amazing feature, and it adds strategy to the game, but it needs tweaking a little bit. I think you get way too much money. As for the towers, these towers have upgrades. You have the basic tower, then you have another basic-ish tower which would shoot double at the enemy, or you can have it a longer range. That's just the normal gunner tower. You could get crossbows, you can get rapid fire crossbows. You're going to want some crossbows because they pierce enemies' armor, so it's always good to have, especially for the boss rounds which happen at the end. It's really good to have you can have a rapid fire one, or one that does more damage I presume, and shoots a lot slower. And I forget the name of it, it might be Sonar, but there's basically another tower which will have a range on it, and it will stack with different enemies, so it's got AoE basically, and you can also upgrade this tower to have more AoE and more stronger. It's really hard to explain, I probably need a video of it because I can't explain it. And then you have these Teslas which will buff the tower. I forget how it's buffed, I don't know if it even tells you how it's buffed. It might be attack speed, it might be damage, I don't know. And you can also stack these, so you can have, again, like the crop system, you can have two Teslas and one tower, and it's going to buff that tower twice, to my knowledge. Now there's lots of different enemy types in this too. You're going to get the basic enemy, then you might get a lot of basic enemies, and a few fast moving enemies in the mix, so you're going to need towers to prepare for that. It's happened to me a few times where that's happened, the fast enemies got through. You need a tower basically at your base entrance so the enemies don't get there. So what is going to be in the full game? It's going to have 15 handcrafted levels, it's going to have multiple themes, not just the theme that you're seeing here, apparently so, and new tower types with new abilities. Now there's a good amount of towers in this game. More is better, obviously it's more content, more strategy, but there's also a good amount right now, and the upgrades make it a lot different too. It's going to be a dialogue rich story. Now the demo has some dialogue, and I skipped through absolutely 100% of it because it's a gameplay sort of game, you don't need dialogue, but if you want to add it, sure thing. And it might have procedural generated levels with infinite wave modes. So the infinite wave most tower defenses that have this upgrades the tower defense extremely. It's a really good thing to have, and people love that game mode. And procedural levels, if you want to, then sure. And then it just says plenty more things, so there's some more things to expect. Now in the demo, obviously there's not all of those things in the demo, but there's actually a good amount of content in the demo, more content than I expected, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I enjoyed all of the demo actually. It was so cool to play. It is very similar to the UFO 50 game, but you don't have a character that you're moving around. So in the UFO 50 Rock on Island, if you wanted to upgrade your base, you would have to walk to it, and then you would have to go back to your towers, which are probably near the enemy spawns. There's a few things that I would like to see in this game. For example, upgrading the base, or upgrading something, not just your towers, because in Rock on Island you can upgrade the base, and I forget what it does because it's been months since I've played it. I think it gives you character upgrades, and you obviously don't have a character in this, but I would love to see some system here. Something I have just thought of, what if we could click the enemy spawners and make them have like 1% less speed for a certain amount of money, or like take more damage if they are spawned in that one spawner. I don't know, I'm just talking a lot of rubbish. Right now there's no sound audio for your tower shooting, which could be a blessing, because once you get a lot of towers, you're going to be hearing non-stop chaos. but it does need something. The music isn't just enough, but I'm sure it will get added at some point. And the last thing, to balance out the crops, just giving you money every single round, I would do it like the Rock on Island way, where you plant a crop but it doesn't actually grow and give you money for maybe 2 rounds instead of you getting money every single round. Or maybe 2 rounds is too short actually, but something like this system. Apart from that small feedback, like I said, I had fun with this demo fully. There's also a time option, I forgot to mention. You can speed up the time, you're gonna want to speed up the time. Yeah, I had fun with it, great demo. I recommend you play this demo. It's really not graphics hungry at all. Obviously it's a 2D simplistic game, but it does have lots of strategy to it. A few balance changes need to be made, but apart from that, it's really fun, and I will be checking out the full game because I had that much fun. Anyway, short video because it's a demo. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one hopefully, and goodbye.